Welcome back. In this video, we're covering Control 3.1.8, Unsuccessful Logon Attempts, part of the Access Control family in NIST 800-171, Revision 3. This control is about detecting and responding to failed login activity before it becomes a threat. When someone tries and fails to log in, that's a signal. It could be a mistyped password, or it could be a brute force attack. Either way, your systems must be configured to detect excessive failed logon attempts and take appropriate action. This control ensures you set clear thresholds and enforce consequences when they're crossed.
At a minimum, this control requires you to enforce a limit on consecutive invalid login attempts, define a time window that those attempts are counted in, automatically trigger one or more actions when the limit is exceeded, ensure settings are consistently applied across all systems, log these events, and be ready to show them during an audit. With Revision 3, the Department of Defense has introduced specific mandatory values. The DoD requires no more than 5 failed logon attempts. This is within a 5-minute window. You must automatically trigger at least one of the following. Lock the account or node for a minimum of 15 minutes. Lock the account or node until manually released by an administrator, and notify a system administrator. These are no longer just best practices. They are enforceable minimums that must be reflected in your system settings and policy. To implement this effectively, set login attempt thresholds in system settings. Define and document the specific actions your system takes after failed logons. Make sure those actions are consistent with DoD requirements. Audit your logs to confirm the settings are working as expected. Ensure all authentication endpoints, not just primary ones, enforce these limits. And keep everything documented in your system security plan. If you're asked to show proof, be ready to provide system configuration screenshots showing logon thresholds and lockout periods, audit logs showing what happens when the limit is exceeded, policy documentation explaining these rules, and interview confirmations from staff responsible for system access and configuration. Remember, the goal is to demonstrate that your settings match what's written in your policy and SSP. Most breaches start with a login, or a failed one. This control helps you catch problems early, before someone gains access they shouldn't have. By enforcing clear limits and taking action, you reduce your risk and protect your environment from common attack vectors.
That wraps up 3.1.8, Unsuccessful Logon Attempts. Coming up next, 3.1.9, System Use Notification, where we'll talk about login banners, user warnings, and why they matter for CUI systems and audit readiness. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the full playlist as we continue walking through NIST 800-171, Revision 3, one control at a time. Peace.